Okay, guys, hello. My name is Wayne Walker. I am a master hypnotist, and I'm recording this video for those of you who heard me on Coast to Coast AM the 26th, which was actually 2 a.m. this morning is when I did that recording. I've gotten such an overwhelming response from people, and I want to thank you for that, for hearing me on the radio and then taking the time to contact me. And some of you I've talked to, a lot of you I have not, because I've just been so overwhelmed. But trust me, I will be getting back to you. If at any time that you think that you want to contact me and make it sooner rather than later, I know it's the holiday season. We're getting ready to come into the new year, and I've got plans, you've got plans. But if you feel that you really need to speak with me, feel free to email me, wayne@rmhypnosis.net. Put in the tagline Coast to Coast listener and need to talk or whatever. Get my attention on it, because I do get a lot of emails. You can always just call my number, 956-622-7989. Leave a message if I don't answer. That's a system. It's a digital system. It will try to hunt me down, but if I'm not available, it will take you to a spot to where you can leave a message, and again, I'll get back to you. Now, if I call you back before I listen to your voicemail, and then I end up calling you back again, not realizing that I've already spoke to you, please forgive me. Again, it's just so many calls in that I need to field. But again, I've gotten a lot of response, which is great. I want to get to everybody. From what I've read in the emails, the questions that have been asked, and some of you I have talked to, like I said, the challenges and issue varies across the board. It just covers a wide range. And I wanted to make this video just so I could get it out to everybody, to do an introduction to myself, and so I don't leave you hanging, so you don't think that you've left a message that I'm just ignoring you, because I'm not. So let me start with this. Your desires to take charge of issues that a lot of you have, concerns, things that you've been hanging on to, things that you've gone through, traumas and so on and so forth, relationship issues, and all these different things. Hypnosis can absolutely help you with that. And I'm excited to talk to each and every one of you. I try my best to, when I talk to people, to screen out people that I feel that either I'm not a good fit for, I don't think that I can help, because I don't want to waste your time and money, and I don't want to waste my time. And I know that may sound a little bit harsh, but that's just it in a nutshell. I really enjoy helping people and having a level of success with them. I really don't want anybody to leave me thinking that it was a waste of time and money, because that would just absolutely defeat the purpose, and that's not what I want for you at all. I want success for each and every one of you. So here's the basic outline of how I approach things. On the show, and what I tell people is, on an average, you can expect to spend with me anywhere from 3 to 5, maybe 6 sessions on the front end. And each session has its purpose. It builds upon the previous session. The first session will typically last an hour 15, hour and a half. That's getting some basic information and then putting you into hypnosis and conditioning you for hypnosis to accept post-hypnotic suggestions for the underlying issue that we're trying to get at. Okay? And then the next session will last probably about a half hour, 40 minutes. We'll get you back into hypnosis very quickly, and we deal with, again, the post-hypnotic suggestions and build on that. The interesting thing is that as we go, by the time we get down to, if we get to 5 or 6 sessions, the length of time of the session will go from 30 to 40 minutes to, it could be as little as 20 minutes. Because I would have conditioned you to get into hypnosis very quickly. So by the time we're to that point, I've got you into hypnosis and we're starting our work. Okay? On the front end, when I work with people, it may take me a half hour, 40 minutes to get you into that level of hypnosis that I want you in to be able to work with you. Okay? And that's what happens 90% of the time. Sometimes people go in very quickly, and we can start our work a lot more quickly on that first session. Some people it takes a little bit longer. Some people experience a very deep hypnosis. Some people experience a very light or shallow level of hypnosis in the beginning. But each time you go into hypnosis, you're going to drop deeper. All right. And when I use the term deeper, I'm simply talking about the depth at which you're going to do it in terms of your relaxation. Because there's a couple of things that needs to happen with you and I in order for us to be a success, to be able to work together. And that first, one of those things is that you have to be comfortable with me and I have to be comfortable with you. There's got to be a certain level of trust between the two of us. Okay? You have to understand and know that I have your best interest at heart. I would never do anything to cause you any embarrassment. I would never take advantage of you in any way. So you have to be comfortable with that. It's like getting to know people. And again, most people I meet with and I work with and I end up taking on as clients, that's exactly where we go. Because I enjoy that type of relationship. I'm also a type of guy or a type of person. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not necessarily what you want to hear. Okay? I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to pull you. I'm going to stretch you. I'm not going to take a lot of excuses because if you come to me and agreed and we've made a commitment to each other that we're going to pursue this, then I'm going to hold you to a certain level of standards. And those standards are designed for you to have success, pure and simple. All right? I tend not to have a lot of fluff with people, but I'm not going to be mean to you. Okay? So I want you to be comfortable with that. And that's male or female. The sessions that we do, my program is really, really simple. It's not a complicated thing. I start out telling people, letting people know right up front that we're looking at probably at 3 sessions to start. Those 3 sessions are going to be done within 7 days. It's, for example, if we start on a Monday, it go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We've got the 3 sessions. And the reason for that is there has to be in between. There has to be a short enough time in between, but also a long enough time in between, which is 48, 72 hours, to where the next session that we can reinforce the prior session. Every session has a purpose and it has a reason to go to the next session. Okay, so those are the 3 sessions. Then going into the next week, it may, for example, we say it's going to be 5 sessions. Then we'll spread it out, those 2 sessions over the course of that next week, and we've got your 5 sessions. That's how quick things happen. This is not a long, drawn-out thing. Okay, the results are going to be very rapid because there's no sense in just dancing around an issue. Let's get it solved. Let's get it done. Let's get it moved on. Okay. If we go past that 5 or 6 sessions, that'll be discussed between the 2 of us, and sometimes I may suggest it. More times than not, the client will suggest it. I do have clients all over the country. I work with them just like I'm talking to you right now through video and internet, and I send you a link. You click on that link at your time that we're supposed to get together, whatever time that may be. It pops open. The screen will open. You'll see my pretty mug right here. I'll see yours, and then I'll tell you exactly what we need to do prior to that, of course. In between the sessions, I always recommend that after the second session, and I always wait to after the second session to make a determination of how to make this, but I make a customized audio recording. no more than 15 minutes long, because I want you to be able to listen to that recording. It will put you into hypnosis. The only thing you can is don't drive or operate heavy equipment when you do it. You can listen to it anywhere, but I prefer you to be comfortable, someplace quiet, turn off your phone. Take the time for you. Put on that recording, put some earbuds in, and just listen. That's all you got to do. It's real simple. Okay? That would be an additional cost, and I'll go over cost here in a minute, because when we get done, the question is always, of course, okay, well, how much does it cost? So that's the program in a nutshell. Now, after the second session, I may start out going one direction, and then when I get to the second session, depending on what I've found out or what I've discovered or uncovered, or however you wish to express it, I may take it into a different direction, because that's maybe where it needs to go. If a person comes to me with ABC problem and they say, all right, Wayne, I've got ABC problem, this is what I want to do. And let's say there are three of them, three issues. Well, we're only going to deal with one issue, maybe two, depends. Because if you do more than that, the subconscious it will get overwhelmed and it will reject everything. The second thing is those ABC issues that you may be expressing may not be the issues at all. The issues may be actually X, Y, and Z that are over here covered up. And the ABCs that you're seeing or that you're expressing that are a concern to you are simply the manifestation of symptoms from the X, Y, Z. So that's what happens with me. I take your word for it on the front end of what you're here for, what you want help with, what you want to change about yourself. But then I reserve the right to delve into it and come to my own conclusion. But I'll explain that to you. Maybe. Okay? Maybe. But it's going to get you to the point of where we're going to solve some problems. It may be that when we discover X, Y, Z, I choose out of those three Z to work with. And by solving the Z issue, it may clear up the X and the Y and get rid of A, B, and C altogether, because there's a connectivity issue. See, because the subconscious mind there's a connectivity to the subconscious mind. You can't do something with the subconscious mind and not have it affect everything else. Typically in a very positive manner. There's not going to be residual. You're not going to wake up in the middle of the night and cluck like a chicken or anything like that. Okay? Although they'd be kind of funny, but that's not what I'm going to do. All right? So there's a process, there's a method to my madness. All right? I've been doing this quite a while. I have gone to school for it. So I'm trained, if you will, and that training and a couple of bucks will get you a Starbucks coffee, because anybody can get trained. And the unique thing about hypnosis, and really the unique thing about anything that anyone does, the training gives you a platform to start from. What you do from that platform is completely up to you. It's how you internalize it. It's how you continue. It's how you make it your own, if you will. Now, I came to hypnosis, I guess you could say late in life. I was, in my late 30s when I decided that I wanted to go to school for hypnosis with no desire of turning it into a business. I've always gravitated towards things about the mind, personalities, eye movements, handwriting, which is covered in my hypnosis training, goal setting. Okay, I'm a life coach. I work with people, but I have a unique set of a skill set in working and teaching people, and really that skill set had started to be developed in my younger years as training in the martial arts and learning that discipline and learning about me, the body, what's possible. And then in teaching, Okay, and the value in teaching people is it forces you to get all your senses involved, because when you teach a person, you want to make sure that they're getting the best information. So as you teach them, you're verbalizing what you're trying to explain, and you're hearing it. And then you're making a decision on, well, that's not what I'm really trying to say. That's not what I'm trying to, and you reformat it. If you're a good teacher, and I'm a very good teacher, okay? I'm a very good teacher because I understand that people need to be stretched. I understand that people need to be challenged, okay? And they need to be stretched and they need to be challenged, not to the point to where they're broke, where you break them, okay? The goal here is not to show anyone how much I know or what I do, or that it's none of that, okay? It's simply solving the issue is what we're doing here. I explain to people like this. You're an instrument, and you play your instrument better than anybody else in the world. As a matter of fact, no one else can play your instrument. Only you have control of that instrument. And when you get up in the mornings and you look in the mirror in the bathroom to brush your teeth or shave or fix your hair, and that person looking back at you, that's the instrument. But what I am is a conductor. And I'm going to conduct you in playing your instrument better than you've ever played it before. I'm going to challenge you in your views of yourself, because that's what hypnosis is. Hypnosis is a reflection. It's a mirror of who we are and how we look at ourselves. And the one person, if I sit down and we speak, and you're speaking to anybody, you're speaking to your friends, your family, or that, you tell people what you want them to hear. You tell them what you want them to know. All right? And maybe you hold back, and maybe you don't tell them a little bit over here, and you don't give them the full picture. And I understand that. That's just human nature. But the one person that you cannot do that with is yourself. And the value of hypnosis is when you go into hypnosis and those questions are asked, because you don't have to tell me anything. I don't know any of this. I don't want to know it. But I'm going to lead you in challenging yourself. And when you're asking yourself those questions, you cannot lie to yourself. You can try to convince yourself, but it always comes back to where you're not going to be able to lie to yourself. You know the facts. And then once you accept that, and once you start the process of hypnosis and start utilizing hypnosis, there's some corrections that are going to start. And they're going to start very rapidly. Because the thing that everybody wants is they want happiness, they want success, they want to know themselves, they want peace. It's the thing that everybody wants. And if you have experiences from whether it be childhood or an event or whatever the case may be that's caused you to say, Wayne, I have tried everything. I've got to do something. I can't continue like this, which I've heard a lot of you say, and I hear it with most all clients. There's a lot of clients that walk through that door and they say, you're my last hope. And my comment is, I wish you had started with me first, okay? Because you've wasted a lot of time. You spent a lot of money that probably shouldn't have been spent. You've had labels placed on you by doctors that have seen you for 30 minutes and go, oh, you've got a depression, you've got this, and it's a medical condition. And depression and anxiety is not a medical condition. Okay, it is not a medical condition. Pure and simple, and I can prove that to you 6 ways to Sunday. Okay, anxiety. You cannot have depression without anxiety. You can have anxiety without depression, because it's a stepping stone. Anxiety is a stepping stone to depression. It's the next step. Okay? It's the way in which the subconscious reacts to outside forces, to outside stimuli. And it activates what they call the primitive mind, which is a fight or flight mechanism. It's really simple. And there's only so many ways that it can be reacted to. So it's really one of those things that most things can be solved very simply. But anything that you're going through right now can be fixed. I don't care if you've had surgeries that you've had problems with afterwards that just have a cause and effects. I don't care if it's depression or anxiety. I don't care if it's relationship issues. I don't care if it's self-image issues, diets, anything. Everything can be corrected. Everything can be put on the path to better. Every time. There is no lost hope. And that's what you have to realize. But what you do have to do is you have to be willing to put it on the table and willing to let go of the stuff that you've been holding on to, because that hasn't worked. Because if it had worked, you wouldn't be contacting me and you wouldn't be watching this video. Okay? I have a thing on my wall here. It's a saying, and it's from Joseph Campbell. And it says, I'm sorry, I've been up for 24 hours here, so my eyes are... But anyway, it says, we must be willing to let go of the life that we've planned, or the one that we have, so we can accept the life that's waiting for us. And if you listen to that, if you repeat that phrase and really delve into it, it makes a lot of sense. Some of you are going to get it really quickly. Some of you are going to struggle with it. Some of you are just going to say, I don't understand it. But that's okay. Okay? You are not your emotions. You're not. You control your emotions. You don't allow your emotions to control you. But so many times we get that flipped. Okay? And agreement does not equal action. Just because you agree with me doesn't mean action. You actually have to put the effort in order to have that success. Whichever's bigger is going to win, pain or pleasure. Whichever's bigger wins. If you say yes to one thing and no to something else, when you point a finger, you've always got three pointing back at you. Everything that I work with people is a reflection back on them. That's the person that I deal with, is the person in the mirror. You. I'll also tell you that I don't share anything with anybody concerning our time together. A lot of times I'll start out with one person, and I end up working with, with the other spouse or the partner. And I don't share anything between the two unless I've been given permission. But even then, I don't even see the value or the need to share between two people, because your journey is your own. Now, let's get down to cost, okay, which is what everybody wants to know. And it's real simple. The first session is $140. Again, that's going to last anywhere from an hour to hour and 30 minutes, somewhere around in there. Each session after that is $120. If we get to the point to where we do 5 sessions and we make a determination that we need more than 5 sessions, in that rare instance, we'll do the additional session. I drop the cost of 20% off that cost of $120. Okay. But I got to be honest with you. I can't remember the last time that we've gone past 5 sessions. However, I do have business people that I work with that I meet on a monthly basis. Okay, and that meeting is not necessarily all hypnosis, even though it entails hypnosis. But it's tell me what you're doing, why you're doing it, how come you're not doing it. It's an accountability session, if you will, to help them move past that blockage and look at, and I give them ideas. I don't have all the answers. I'm not here to give you the answers. I'm here to help you open up to find those answers, okay? To take the excuses away and to hold you accountable for what you're telling me that you want to accomplish. And there's a big difference, because somebody told me a long, long time ago, it says, if you take the responsibility for somebody's success, you also have to accept it for your failure. And I'm not going to accept either one of those. Your success is your success. I'm simply somebody that's conducting you along the way. I'm helping you. But all the work and all the success is on you. But I don't want you to have the failures either. So I'm gonna do my best to help you not fail, which is typically not even a concern, because failure is not an option with me. So that's the cost. I mean, it's very simple. If you've got a computer and you've got a video camera in that, I send you a link. We're in business. Okay. When you work together, just make sure that you're in a place where you can be comfortable, where it's quiet. You turn off your phone. Don't have any dogs or animals in the room. People say, well, my dog, it jumps up in my lap and all that. It's cute, but I need to focus on you. Okay, I've got 8 dogs myself, so I understand dogs. You may even hear some of them barking in the background sometimes. So that's all we have to do. Just make sure that the camera's there, and then we can get down to business. If at any time you have questions, you can always call me. You can text me. You can email me. I'm always available. If I don't get back to you, leave a message. I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. I tell people to record their dreams, to write down anything that they feel. I always ask people what their spiritual belief system is. Are you a Christian? Are you Jewish? Are you practicing, non-practicing? Do you believe in God? Are you agnostic? Are you an atheist? I always ask that because I want to make sure that when I communicate with you, I communicate with you in a way your subconscious, communicate with your subconscious in a way that it's going to accept the words that I give you. And if I'm a Christian, which I am, and I'm giving you instructions, post-hypnotic instructions from a Christian point of view, and you're an atheist, there's going to be a rejection, because that's not your belief system. Okay? And I don't care what your belief system is. I'm not here to judge. It's just information for me to better communicate with you. So real things, I mean, things will just pop up. It's real simple. I try to keep it very even, simple, relaxed. Okay. And then along the way, I'm going to teach you how to use this wonderful tool of hypnosis for yourself. Because by the time we're done, you're going to understand what hypnosis is, and you're going to know how to perform self-hypnosis on yourself. And when we get to the end there, if you're smart enough, you're going to be able to take it and run with it. If you need a little bit of instruction on self-hypnosis, then that's a different issue that we can approach. I may even be doing videos and just putting them out there for people on different subjects, just so they can have a better understanding of what's going on. Like I say, if there's any questions, feel free to give me a call. Once again, I appreciate you guys contacting me, listening to them. Thank you for all the wonderful compliments that you've given me. It's greatly appreciated. It makes me feel good, and it just makes me want to do better by you for it. But I just want to leave you with this. Again, anything can be fixed. There is nothing that is so out of whack that it cannot not be fixed. It can't be corrected. It can't be pointed in the right direction. You cannot not grow from this experience. It's an impossibility. Okay? If you don't grow from this experience, you're dead. You're simply dead. it won't happen. Okay? So once again, any questions, contact me. Otherwise, thank you, and we'll see you later.